just be able to share some information on some of the updates since July 1st, and to just make sure that everyone who's building a brokerage is kind of on point when it comes to placements and all the different changes. Okay, so that's what this whole call is about. Promise you it's not going to be long. So the first thing I want to touch on is the new process, right? Most of you guys probably saw the message that was in the group, and I'm going to make sure that I pull it up here so I don't misspeak on the new process. Okay, so in the back office, if you are here and you want to actually upgrade to, if you want to upgrade to the Consultant Plus pack, what's the point of that? The point of the Consultant Plus pack, guys, is if you're building a brokerage, it's going to allow you to fast track yourself to 100% commissions. Okay, so I want you to keep that in mind. So if normally as a consultant, you have to do 3 shared deals with a pro to get to be solo consultant, so you can close your own deals and make 100% of your commissions. With the Consultant Plus pack, you only have to do 1 deal, okay? And you can now earn 100% of your commissions. I had a question from James. Shout out to James on the call. And I actually asked Mr. Owens about it. If you already had 1 shared deal with a pro prior to this rollout, it's going to qualify you to already be on track to making your 100% commissions. Okay. So like Pam, you're on here, you already did a shared deal. If you become a Consultant Plus, if you upgrade to the Consultant Plus, you're automatically qualified for those new trainings, and you can actually start closing your own deals if you want to. Okay. Now, here's something to keep in mind, guys. You don't have to close your own deals, because I'll just be real with y'all. I have a client right now, a bill that was submitted based on her roof, based on her consumption. Basically, it can only offset about 50% of her energy consumption. So I don't know yet how to kind of word that to the client to make it still sound appealing, because to me, it's almost like it don't make sense, right? If you can't eliminate the whole bill, what's the point? So I'm going to still let a pro work with me on this deal and share the commissions. So the good thing about it is once you're a consultant, don't feel like you're forced to close deals. Of course, we want 100% of the check, but if you think your odds are going to be higher by getting someone with more experience involved in the process, by all means, why not? Okay, so keep that in mind. If you've already done a shared deal, 1 with a pro, and you upgrade, you're now basically already accelerated to consultant so that you can start closing your deals on your own and making 100% of the commissions. All right, so that's the first thing. In order to upgrade, all you've got to do is log into your back office. There's going to be a little tab called Shop. It's new. You go there. It's going to show you the Consultant Plus package. Guys, it's going to show you $199, okay? But once you put it in your cart, it's going to automatically discount it and drop it down to $100. So you don't have to pay $200 to upgrade. You just pay an extra $50 on top of what your monthly would have been of $50. $100 to upgrade, and then it's $99 a month moving forward. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Another thing that upgrading the consultant does, as far as the comp plan, it's going to give you more volume in the actual compensation plan. So those of you who've been in network marketing before, if you're watching this replay and you've ever built teams before, there's volume associated with your customer packages, right? Of course, this one is more expensive, so it brings more volume. The lower package brings less volume. All right, so just keep that in mind. There's no pressure on my end, guys, to upgrade. If you want to, do it. If you don't. It's all good. We're going to build this thing regardless. All right, so that's the first thing. The second thing I want you to think about is if you've already paid your membership for the month, because I know a lot of us on the call, our membership is paid early in the month. Like me, my membership comes out on the 2nd. If the funds were already taken out of your account and you've paid your $50 for the month, but you do want to upgrade, all you've got to do is if you're in a position, go ahead and upgrade, and then just send an email to support, and they're going to refund you your $50, so you're not double charged. Okay, so that's an option for you. If you haven't paid yet, you can just go ahead and upgrade now, and then your new cycle will be that $99 a month on this new date moving forward. Is this clear so far? If this is clear to everyone, drop some ones in the chat. Want to make sure that everyone is following. Okay, Shout out to Jackie just joining the call. We're just talking about some of the upgrades and bringing some clarity to the new, the new announcements. All right. Another thing, for most of you on the call, the only person who's live on the call right now who I know is not building a brokerage right now is maybe Jackie, right? She's focused on customers. But trust me, the way Jackie is moving, y'all, she will be building a brokerage real soon. If you do want to build a brokerage, which means you want to be able to get paid all the different ways we get paid outside of just making referrals for solar, like if you want to be able to enroll other affiliates, if you want to be able to get revenue share from those affiliates, right? If you want to be able to maximize on all of those different bonuses we have, you need to have an active ISR kit, okay? So what's an ISR kit? It's just an independent sales rep kit. It's $15, 15, okay? So here's what you need to think about. If you're building a brokerage, you need two things every month to be active. You need an active customer package, right? Either a consultant or consultant plus, and then you need an ISR kit so that you're able to be paid commissions, okay? So why is this a thing? Well, in the direct sales industry, there's rules where every single person who's a part of your business cannot be a sales rep, right? You've got to have actual customers. So the ISR kit is a way to distinguish between people who are just selling solar through our education and people who are actually building a brokerage, okay? So just keep that in mind. Here's a thing to note about customers. If you don't have an ISR kit, you can't maximize all the commissions we earn, but if you refer 3 people to Harbor, your membership, your consultant or your consultant plus pack, it's free for you. So now you're basically operating your business at no expense with no overhead, okay? But for most people, as they bill and they see the type of commissions that we have here, they're gonna wanna have an ISR kit. Now, I'm gonna be real with you. Here's what I'm gonna be teaching my brokerage. You don't need an ISR kit until you start enrolling some consultants, okay? So if you're here and you don't have any consultants, there's no need to add it on yet. But if you're talking to someone and they're like, hey, I want to be a sales rep, I want to be a part of your brokerage, get the ISR kit first before you enroll them so that you can get the commission. Because if you enroll them without the kit, technically you enroll them as a customer, okay? So all my folks on the line who already have consultants, you want a kit, okay? If you don't have any consultants, add it on before you enroll your first consultant. Cool? Just to be clear, you need the ISR kit for the regular consultant pack too. Yes, if you're building a brokerage and you want to earn the commissions, regardless of what package you are on, yes. The only people who don't need an ISR kit are our ambassadors, okay? The solar ambassadors who haven't paid anything. It's because they're not getting paid through our compensation plan anyway. They're just getting a referral fee one time, okay? $500 to $1,000 referral fee. For all the folks, for clarity on the line as well, if you have solar ambassadors in your business and they're not consultants, that's not a bad thing, but know that they don't count towards like the numbers in the comp plan to hit those leadership lifestyle bonuses, okay? They're basically like almost like customers. They don't really count, if that makes sense, okay? So they can be in your structure, and we're gonna talk a little bit about structure here in a second. I would still place those people, but don't count them. But the reason you still want to place them in your structure is because guess what? They may upgrade and become a consultant, and at least they can be in line to give you volume whenever they do upgrade, okay? So don't leave your ambassadors on your front line, guys. Place them in your structure almost as if they were a paying consultant, but our job over the course of time is to go out here and build this big and then say, you know, you're in position, right? You know, you got 6 people beneath you and that you're not making any money from. All you got to do is upgrade for $99 and you can start benefiting from that. So we got to think with vision, okay, that they will upgrade in the future. Is this making sense? Boom, boom, boom. Okay. So how do you add the ISR kit? Go into your back office, go to profile. Okay. You'll see something say plan subscription that tells you what plan you're on. And guys, they haven't worked out the kinks. Some of the stuff is kind of messed up in the back there. It's not perfect yet. Okay, but you basically will have a button to say change to ISR kit for $15. You press it. And for me, I did all of this stuff day before yesterday. And when I upgraded to the package, the Consultant Plus, it took the money immediately. But when I did the ISR kit, it just said pending. It didn't charge me, but it said that it will be charged next month. So I don't know if that's correct or if they need to fix that. But as I get updates, I'll let y'all know. But at least go in your back office and add it. So even if you don't have to pay for it today, you're in good shape. So if you enroll someone before you add the ISR kit, they can't say you didn't pay for it because you're like, I did. The system didn't upgrade. Does that make sense? You want to, cover your basis. Is this making sense? Yes, no, maybe so. Cool. Okay, let's talk comp plan really quick, and then we'll talk a little bit on structure, and we done. I told you all it's going to be a quick one tonight. Okay, so let me go ahead and just bring up this compensation document. And this document, guys, you can find it in your back office under marketing. And then it's like a compensation plan. Okay, let me bring it up here. Share my screen, preview, share. Can you guys see it? Yeah, okay, perfect. So here's the comp plan document. I remember now, this is new for all of us. So some of this stuff I'm still learning, I'm still working through, but of course I want to be able to understand enough to be able to share with you all so we can have informed questions so I can go to Mr. Owens and find out about it, okay? So here's what I want to talk about really quickly, the commissions for sales. As an ambassador, anyone who's an ambassador, which means they're free, they have a free position, they earn between $500 to $1,000 commission. Now, what's the difference? If a system is below 6 kilowatts, it's a $500 commission, okay? If the system is bigger and it's above a 6 kilowatt system, it's $1,000. Does that make sense? So if it's a small system, the commission is smaller. If it's a big system, the commission is bigger. I think that's pretty fair for someone who paid absolutely nothing to get started to be able to make between $500 and $1,000 just for a referral, okay? As an apprentice, you split the deals 50-50 with the closer, okay? So shout out to Jackie. She closed her first deal with Cullen a week ago, right? So Jackie, here's how the commissions is going to pay out. There's a front end payout and then there's a back end payout, okay? So if you don't know what your commission is, trust me, y'all, it ain't nothing wrong with asking the pro, what's the commission on this deal? Because right now you don't know, right? So just ask him, be like, can you give me an estimate of what the commission on the deal is going to be? Well, what happens is the front end pays 30% of the total commission. So for you as an apprentice, it's never going to exceed more than $500. Even if it's a big system, it's 30%, max of 50. Max of 500. Does that make sense? So if it's smaller than 500, you'll get it all. But if it's more than 500, they cap you out at 500, okay? For your front end. When do you get paid that? Well, whatever day the documents were signed and the virtual site survey was complete, it triggers something called a CRC, which means, I think, contract receive confirmed, okay? Which basically means the person has made a commitment to go solar. Once that paperwork is official, 2 Mondays after that happens, you will get paid. You'll always get the email though on like a Friday afternoon, but you know the money will actually hit your account the Monday. And I'll give you all a secret. Honestly, since they changed over to Pay Quicker, when the email comes on Friday, the money is there on Friday. But don't tell them I said that because it should be there on Monday, but you can check, okay? So that's almost like, when you get a direct deposit, but it comes a little early, right? That's kind of how that is. So you get the front end 2 Mondays after documents are CRC, contract received confirmed. Then once the panels are installed on the customer's roof, okay? After the installation is complete, 2 Mondays after that, you will get the balance of whatever is owed to you. Okay, so for a quick example, if your commission, let's say Jackie's commission, I don't know what it is, I'm just using her because she was the latest deal to close. Let's say your commission, Jackie, on this first deal is $1,500. Let's say the total commission is $3,000. You've got to split that between you and the closer, right? So $1,500 for you, $1,500 for Cullen. Your front end will probably be around $500 or less. And then let's say you got $400 for your front end. So we can do the math. Let's do the actual math. What's 30% of $3,000? 30% of 3,000 is $900. So divided by 2, that means your front end will be $450. Okay, so $450. So then once the installation is done, you'll get the balance of $1,050. Does that make sense? Is that crystal clear for everybody? Just always know, once a trigger or a milestone is met, you get paid 2 Mondays after. Okay, that's the best thing to know. Now, once you're a consultant, guys, you don't have to split nothing, right? Once you do your 3 share deals as a consultant, or if you upgrade to consultant plus your 1 deal, and Jackie, I don't think you were on the call at the beginning. Like how you just closed your first deal, you already did like 3 deals. I mean, 3 training calls with pros, right? But you already closed 1. If you were to upgrade to consultant plus, that 1 deal you've already done counts. So now you're already fast track to consultant, okay, where you can start earning 100% of commissions. But like I was telling everyone on the call, don't feel pressured because you qualify as a consultant to not use the pro. If you feel like you still need some more, use the pro. You're still splitting good money until you feel comfortable to say, hey, I'm going to try to run this deal on my own and earn 100%. Okay, so as a consultant, you earn 100% of the sale. So if that same deal was $3,000 commission, that $3,000 is all yours. All right, but it still pays a front end and a back end. So remember, the front end is 30% of the total deal, which is, we just did the numbers, is $900, right? But look, as a consultant, it caps at $750. So even though the 30% of the deal is $900, they're only going to pay you up to $750 as a consultant. Does that make sense? The balance will be paid on the back end. If I lost anyone, let me know. It's all good if I did. Okay? Does that make sense or no? So as an apprentice, you're capped at $500 front end. As a consultant, you're capped at $750 front end. And when you graduate and become a pro, now you're capped at $1,000. So it's 30% or $1,000. So what does that mean? As you move up in the ranks of, I guess, professionalism as a solar consultant, you're able to get paid more on the front end. Okay? And then the balance is remaining on the back end. Crystal clear? Okay. Now, let's talk really quickly about community solar. Okay? And this is new to me too, y'all. So community solar is being finalized. You can actually submit community solar deals now to a pro. For community solar, as of right now, always select Kevin Nordine, okay? That's the community solar guy right now. You want to select Kevin, and in the notes, if you've ever submitted a lead, you know there's a little notes section. Just put in the notes, community solar. That way he knows that this is a community solar deal and not a regular rooftop, okay? That way he knows, when he sees the address, he doesn't say, oh, this doesn't qualify. You're like, okay, I know that. This one is a community solar. So Kevin, and put community solar in the notes. The average commission, guys, is $75 to $125 for a residential customer. Okay, this isn't bad either, because if you think about it, think about how much more people you know that rent than own homes. Let's say you can get 5 of your friends to go community solar and you make $100 each time. That's $500 extra you just made from a renter. Okay. And the commissions on community solar happen the same thing, 14 days after they're approved into the program. Not the day they say that they want it. After the program approves them, 14 days after that. Does that make sense? Good question, James. As a consultant, can you still close deals for people in your brokerage? No. Okay. Actually, I think you can. No, I don't think you can. Hold on, let me think. No, as a consultant, you can, because I'm a consultant and I can't close for you guys. You guys still have to go to a pro. You can't close for others until you're a pro. But I will confirm. But that's how it is right now. Because if you could, you would be able to choose me from the drop down. And I'm pretty sure I'm not there. Right? So as a pro, that's when you can close for people in your brokerage. Okay? But I will work on that because I should be able to. But then let's think about it. As a pro, I know you can close deals for the entire harbor, like everyone outside of your brokerage and people in your brokerage. But I think as a consultant, maybe you should be able to close. No, I think not. As a consultant, you can close for yourself. You have to be a pro to close for others. But I will confirm, okay, James? Revenue shared is paid out at the same time as commission, and it's paid 8 generations. Here's what this means, guys. As you build your brokerage, if someone in your brokerage sells a deal, whether it's rooftop or community solar, you get a little piece because they're part of your brokerage, okay? Of course, with community solar, it's going to be small, $10. Think about it. If your sales rep is only making $120 on the deal, and you making 10, that's almost 10%. That's still not bad, right? And they had nothing to do with the deal. They don't even know your customer. Same thing with rooftop solar. Let's say, and I'll use Jackie because I'm sure she won't mind. Let's just say Jackie's deal that closes is a $3,000 deal, right? And Jackie makes $1,500. I'm going to get a little percentage too. I might make a little $150 as well. I think it's 8%, so it'll be like $100. But why does that happen? Well, without me introducing Jackie to this, Jackie would have never made $1,500. So if in order for Jackie to make the $1,500, it's only right that I get a little, so I get nothing close to what she gets, but I get a little something because I was the one who introduced her. Does that make sense? So think about that in your brokerage. When you start to build a brokerage, when people go out here and start closing deals, not only are they making money, but you're going to be able to make a little bit of money from them. And then think about when you have multiple people. Let's say we get to the point where Jackie starts building her brokerage and she has 10 sales reps who close a deal. And let's just say she makes $100 on each one of them off their rev share. That's an extra $1,000 she just made off of their efforts. But guess what? They just made $1,000 each, right? So everyone wins. Does that make sense? And that's one of the things when we're talking about like network marketing or direct sales. And the reason that people don't like these type of business models is because they come from a selfish perspective of, oh, if I make money, why you got to make something? Well, without me telling you, you would have made nothing. So it's just paying it forward. And that's kind of the posture you want to have when you're talking to people. If they be like, well, it's one of them things. It's one of what things? Where if someone tells you something and you make money and then they get to get a little piece of, think about it, guys. So anyone who says, I don't want no one to make no money off of me, I'll say to them, do you work a job? Because your boss makes a lot of money off of you. So it's all about perspective and it's all about posture. Does that make sense? Cool. So that's community solar. Something to note. Some of the markets that we offer community solar in are commercial, like small businesses. Actual businesses can get it. In certain markets, the commission is more, okay? We don't have like a sliding scale on estimate because that can totally range. Because let's say you go to a place where it's a warehouse and their power consumption is way more than a little restaurant next door, So just know that community solar for commercial pays a commission and it's typically going to be more than this because their consumption is going to be more than an apartment or a house. Does that make sense? Okay, cool. Let's see. So this is what I was saying about the packages. You have the consultant pack, $99 to start, $49 a month. It gives you about 49, what we call 50 points of volume and we'll do another training on volume. Just think about it as points. Okay, it's a certain amount of points allocated to each package, and based on how much points you have at the end of a week, it's going to determine what you can get paid residually when I show you the lifestyle bonus, okay? The consultant pack is $199 and $99 a month, so the volume is $99 a month. So if you notice, what you pay monthly is what the volume is, because the one time only comes in one time, and we get paid a mentor bonus on that, okay? Which is this. If you are a ISR, okay, and this is one of the perks of being an ISR, because not only can you sell solar, but you can get all these other things, okay? If you go out here and you enroll someone who wants to be a sales rep or a solar consultant, and they get started on the consultant pack, the company's going to pay you $25. And I want you to think about it. This is pretty generous because on the consultant pack, when someone starts, the company is only bringing in $99, but they're giving you $25 off of it. So they're rewarding you for doing some work. You bring someone in at $199 on the consultant plus, your mentor bonus is $50. Not bad. Just for making an introduction. Okay. Now, what does level 2 and level 3 means? Well, that's what this is what it means. Let's say I bring Pam into the business and she comes at Consultant Plus. I'm going to make $50, right? Now, let's say Pam enrolls Jackie into the business at the Consultant Plus. Pam is going to make $50, but because Jackie is now on my second level, I'll still make $15. Now, Jackie goes and enrolls James. Jackie's going to make $50. Pam's going to make $15, but I'm going to make 10. Does that make sense? So when you enroll someone into the business, money is still getting paid out through the first 3 levels. All right, which is pretty good. So when you really think about it, the company is bringing in $199 when someone gets started at the Consultant Plus, but they're paying 50, 60, they're paying out $75. So they're really only taking in $125. They're giving it back out to us. Okay. Now let's talk a little bit about, we talked about rev share. Revenue share just basically means it's a percentage that you make whenever someone in your brokerage does a deal. Okay. So on typical rooftop solar, if someone goes out here and makes $3,000 commission on your first level, if you directly enroll them, you're going to make 8.5% in a rev share. So let's do the math. If the commission, if Pam makes $3,000 and she's enrolled personally to me, so she makes $3,000, but because she's in my brokerage, I'm still going to get paid $257. Not bad. That's extra money that I wasn't going to get because I didn't close the deal, Pam did. Does that make sense? But now let's say Pam enrolled Jackie, right? So now Jackie's on my second level. And let's say Jackie goes out and closes a deal. Well, Pam's going to make the 8% because Jackie's on her first level. But guess what? I'm still going to make 4% because Jackie's on my second level. And this pays down 8 generations deep. So that means that you can have people in your brokerage that you probably never even talked to, but they're closing deals and you're still getting a little something, something. Not too shabby. And I want you to think about as we grow this thing and it gets to a point where there's hundreds of people in your brokerage, you don't even know what they're doing. You're on vacation and you just get a check hit for like $1,200. You're like, for what? And you'd be like, this person who Jackie's sister, brother, friend, church member enrolled, closed the deal, and I still made $350 off of that. And 5 people did that. Do you see what I'm saying? It adds up really, really quickly. Okay. So I want to show you the last thing, which is our leadership lifestyle bonus. And this is going to take some getting used to for all of us. Okay. I understand the concept, but I still don't really understand how it's going to work yet in the back office because some of the functionality is still not there. Okay. So let's talk about it really quickly. So all of these numbers in this chart though, guys, it's based on the Consultant Plus package. Now, what happens if you're enrolling people at the consultant level and not the plus package? The numbers just double. That's it. Because on the consultant package, you're making 40, you get 50 points in volume. On the Consultant Plus, you get basically almost 100 points of volume. 99, but I'm just doing it for easy math, okay? You get 100 points of volume. So if this is based on 100 points of volume and you're enrolling people at the cheaper package, all you need is double the numbers, okay? Does that make sense? So let's use level 1 because this is my goal for everyone in the brokerage, okay? In your first 30 days who wants to build a brokerage. So level 1, you have to have 3 personal customers, okay? Now, when we're talking about leadership lifestyle and the brokerage side of things, guys, we're not talking about solar customers, okay? We're talking about sales reps, okay? So your solar customer who got solar on their house, they don't count towards this. Solar customers, you get paid cash, okay? With brokerage or consultants or sales reps, this is a little different. These are people who are paying the $99 or $199 to get started. Is that super clear? So level 1, every single person needs at least 3 personal consultants that they enrolled. You need 2 on the left side, 1 on the right side. And guys, that could be interchangeable. It's not literally 2 on the left, 1 on the right. It could be 2 on the right, 1 on the left. You just need 2 on one side, 1 on another side. Does that make sense? So you got 3 personals. Okay, let me draw something. Let me see if Zoom gonna let me be great because it be acting crazy sometimes. Okay, so I'm gonna use this right here. So this is you. Y'all can see my little circles, right? Okay, this is you. And in our business, you only have two sides, a left and a right. Okay, so let's say this is your first customer, who's Joe, and this is your second customer, who's Jill. But remember, everyone needs how much personal customers? You need 3. So you need 1 more. So let's say you enroll someone named James. James doesn't go out here. James has to go either beneath Joe or beneath Jill. Does that make sense? Because every single person you enroll after your first 2 has to go under someone else. So you can put James under Joe. Okay? You can put James under Joe, or you can put James under Jill. It's your choice. But for this example, we'll put James under Joe. Look at this. You got 2 on your left, 1 on your right. You are now a level 1 consultant. You're making $100 a month. Does that make sense, or I lost anyone? And if I did, unmute yourself. There's only a few of us on there. Feel free to ask. Okay?
So if you said if 2 on the right, 2 on your left, but it's only 1 on the right.
No, 2 on the left, 1 on the right.
Oh, okay, okay.
So you just need 3. Now remember, this is if these people are on the Consultant Plus pack. Now let's do another example. Let's imagine that these people were on the Consultant pack, the $99 pack instead of the $199 pack, right? So these people are paying $49 a month rather than $99. Is that clear? So for that to happen, you're going to need to double the numbers. So you're going to need 4 on the left and 2 on the right to give you the same volume. So why? Let's do the math. Remember, and guys, these numbers, let me do the right math. I wish they had just done 50 and 100 for easy math. 49.5 and 99, come on, right? But look, level 1, you need a brokerage volume of 297. So if you have 3 people who are on the Consultant Plus pack, so I'm gonna use this. So remember this, a consultant, guys, they are 49.5 volume, okay? The Consultant Plus is 99 volume, okay? That's the only people you can enroll, either on the Consultant or Consultant Plus. Now, for level 1, your goal is 297 in volume. So the way they got that is if you got 3 people who are getting 99 points in volume, you're at 297. Does that make sense? But let's say Joe is on the plus. Let's say James is not on the plus, and Jill is not on the plus. Let's do the math. So Joe is 99, James is 49.5, Jill is 49.5. So you got 198 in your brokerage, but you need 297. So that means you need 99 more. So guess what? You could either enroll 2 more people who are on the $50 package, or you could just enroll 1 person who's on the plus. You could do any combination. The goal is you just got to get to this number. Does that make sense? So just know that these are the values that's associated with each package. And yo, when we start building, we all gonna be in communication so you don't mess this up, okay? Just think about it like that. You can have a combination of anything. You just know that to qualify for the payout, you just gotta have this number done. Make sense? Yes, no, maybe so. Okay, cool. So like with level 2, to make 500 a month, you need 10 on each side. And the reason is if you got 20 people in your brokerage and it's 99 volume for each of them, it gives you 1980. But let's say you had a combination of Consultant Plus and consultants, you just gotta do the math, okay? Just know that this is the goal. And as you start enrolling people, you just assign the amount of points to it, and your back office is gonna do this automatically for you. But it'll kind of tell you what you need to hit the next level. Does that make sense? So let's just say someone on this call was aiming for level 1. And let's say, okay, this is you. And let's say you got your first 2 people already, okay? Customer 1 and customer 2. This person is on the plus and this person isn't. So you know the plus gives you 99 in volume, and you know the person who's not on the plus gives you 49.5 in volume, right? So once you do the math, 99 plus 49.5 gives you 148. So right now you got 148.5 in volume. but you're aiming for level 1, which is 297 in volume. So let's see, you got 148.5 right now. Let's subtract that from 297. You still need another 148.5. So this is what you need to hit this level. So now you got to look at it and say, okay, how do I get this? You can just enroll another person over here. That's 99 in volume, right? And then you need another person over here. That's 49.5. If we add that up, you got the 297. Does that make sense? It's going to be some juggling and some math, y'all. And I promise you, when you start to enroll people, it's going to be a whole lot more fun to figure out, because now you're actually counting towards the money. Okay? So just know that everyone's goal for right now is level 1. I want everyone to get to level 1. Okay? We're gonna knock that out. Once you get to level 1, then we hit the level 2. But no, as a company, our goal is to have 100 people by the end of next year earning $9,000 a month, which is level 7. And remember, this is a minimum. This is just from the leadership lifestyle. That's not counting Brev Share. That's not counting mentor bonus. That's not counting your own rooftop solar. That's not counting your community solar deals, right? This could add up. This is going to be a baseline. Now, the company has a goal of 100 level 7s, right? Personally, for our brokerage, I have a goal to make sure that our brokerage produces 10% of that. So my goal for us is 10 people at level 7 by next year. Myself plus 9 of y'all. You got to identify, make a decision of who it's going to be. See, it's only a couple of us on this call right now. You know why? Because some of the people who are going to be level 7 haven't even joined us yet. They don't even know Harbor exists yet. But it's going to happen. And you got to start speaking it into existence now. Like, hey, I'm so happy and grateful now. I'm a level 7 by December 31st, 2025. It's possible. Don't count yourself out. Like, it's possible. All of us are starting from ground zero. That's what's exciting about this. No one is level 7 yet. So the question is, who is it going to be? Y'all, I'm telling you, from now, I'm going to be one of them. How do I know? Because I'm speaking it and I'm willing to do the work. And I know that you guys on this call as well who are watching this, you can do it too. All you got to do is make a decision. Okay? James said at level 2, does it have to be a minimum of 10 and 10? It's going to end up being a minimum of 10 and 10 because that's 99 each. If those people are consultant plus. The only way it's more than 10 and 10 is if some of them are consultants, which means some of them are 49. But yes, it's going to always be a minimum of 10 people on each side if every single person is a consultant plus, which, as we know, in a perfect world, everyone ain't coming in as a consultant plus. Some people are going to be consultants, and we love them too. That's cool, okay? Because we just need 2 of them to give you the same result. It's no big deal, okay? I hope that answered your question, James. Last thing I want to talk about, and then we done. Okay? Last thing I want to talk about. Like, will it still work if it's 12 and 8? Well, no, because, I don't know. That's a good question. Like, if you have 12, let me see. Let me do the math real quick. So if you have 12 people at, let's say, on the consultant plus, which gives you 1188, and then 8 at 99 gives you 792. That's what you mean, right, James? I'm thinking not. I'm thinking it's like almost like how we used to have a percent max. It's going to max out at a certain leg so that the other one has to match. So here's what I'm thinking. 10 times 99. So 990 on each side is the volume. So instead of thinking about it, and people think about it in volume, because if this is base, you need 990 on each side. So if one of your legs has 1180, only 990 will count. And Jackie, don't worry, we ain't gonna confuse you. These are people who built before, so they understand. But you'll get to that too once you start building. All on the consultant plus for this example. Okay, so let's bring it up. And that's why we're doing these, y'all. I like the questions because that's how we learn, right? So let's use the whiteboard for a second. Can you guys see the whiteboard? Okay, so let's do it like this. So let's say level 2. And excuse my bad writing, okay? Level 2 is 10 and 10, and the brokerage volume has to be, the BV is 1980, okay? So the way this would work, guys, for 1980, that means that you need 990 on each side. So however you get the 990, I'm thinking would work. So let's just say, like you say, if you had 12 people on this side, all on Consultant Plus, that means that you would actually have 1188. And if you had 8 people on the other side at Consultant Plus as well, right? It's 792. So this leg doesn't qualify because you need 990. And this leg, even though it's overqualified, is only going to count for 990. So here you'll have 990. So this leg is qualified. But this leg, you need another 198 to qualify it. So what do you need here? You need either 2 Consultant Plus, 4 consultants, or 1 Consultant Plus, actually, and it's 99, 198 minus 99, and 2 consultants. Does that make sense? Like any combination of it. But basically, this leg is overqualified, but you can only still count it for this. But if you only have 8 customers here on Consultant Plus, you're at 792. So you need another 198. So this would not be a qualified leg. That's a great question, James. Does that make sense? So even this is a good way, guys, to how do I stop the whiteboard? Continue. Okay, so this is a good way for us, like once we're presenting to people, because people can think in numbers of customers, but when we're actually building this, we got to think about this in actual volume. And what I will do for everyone, y'all, I'm gonna work on creative. He's like, what is wrong, bro? Y'all, he want attention. What? Say hi. They can see you behaving bad. So what I will do is I'm gonna create a document that's gonna break down the levels by volume so that it could be a lot easier for everyone as you build. So that you don't have to think in customers, you can just, as you enroll customers, you can write down their points. You know what I mean? So it kind of helps you keep track and know if you're on point. But for level 1, level 1 is gonna be pretty simple, okay? Because you either got 2 and 1, or you got 4 and 2, or we're gonna figure it out. As if you already have consultants in your business, write down their name or their initials and what package they're on, and we can do the math, okay, and figure it out. But here's the thing, in our back office up to this point, let me show you all this and then we're done. I told you all 30 minutes, I'm sorry, but I think this is valuable, right? Let me show you all one more thing. Oh, and by the way, the leadership lifestyle bonus, it's paid weekly. So at the end of a given week, if you, let's just say this week, well, if this actually kicks in starting, I think, after the 15th. But let's just say in a given week, I think our week ends on Sunday night. Let's say you, in your brokerage, you have the volume 297 and you have it the right way. Well, that following week, is it 2 Mondays or 1 Monday? Let me see. Hang on, y'all. Remember, I'm telling y'all I'm learning too. I think it's the following 2 weeks. I think it's 2 weeks. Hang on, to eligible. I'm not sure if it's the next week or 2 weeks. I'm assuming it's going to be 2 weeks. Okay. You'll be paid $25 a week. You don't get the 100 like one time. They pay it to you every week. So the good thing about this is if in this next week you level up, you actually get paid $125 your next paycheck. So you don't have to qualify all within a month. It's whatever you have within a week. Once you hit it, you get actually paid that. Okay. So it's weekly pay. So just that's pretty cool. So if you get to the point where you're at 900 a month or 500 a month and you're getting 125 extra every week on top of everything else, that's not bad, okay? So keep that in mind. What I was saying about, yes, Pam, that's where I'm going right now is placement. I want to show you guys the back office really quickly, and then we are out of here. Okay, let me stop my share for a second. How do you stop share? Stop share. Okay. So I want to show you guys the placement. It's going to be really a basic placement tonight. Gold Harbor Solar. Let me log in. Let me show you how to place, and then we haven't got the functionality yet because I asked Mr. Owens about it yesterday. We haven't got the functionality. Can y'all see my screen? To actually place on the left or right yet. Only thing we can do now is place under each other. So I started to place 1 or 2 people, but I stopped because I want to make sure I can place them on the right side. Okay. So he told me he'll let me know once that's done. So where do you go for placement? You go in your back office and you go to the money tab. Okay. Money. Under money, and y'all just notice commissions is not right because it doesn't update. I think with the new system, it's going to start updating in here because they were paying us with a third-party thing, so it wasn't like connected. So everybody's commissions probably says 0 right now, even if you made money. Because I made money, but I did not. It doesn't upgrade. But here's where you can see placement. It's going to be under binary tree. Okay? It's going to list people who you enrolled, right? Now, let's just say I wanted to place Kenson under Pam. Let's just say I wanted to place Kenson under Pam. And guys, what I would recommend, draw this out on paper first before you start doing it in the back office. Because once you hit place, you can't undo. Okay. So draw it out first so that it makes sense to you and then you're just following what you're doing. So let's say I wanted to place Kenson under Pam. I would go to Kenson in my holding tank and it says, who's the new sponsor? Like, who do you want to place them under? So I would literally just be able to go here and type Pam. Okay, I could type her name, or it'll just pop up, or I can just pick it from the list. I'll click that and then hit the place button. And what that does is that's going to place Kenson in Pam's lineage. Okay, now I'm not going to do that because I'm going to place everyone in our brokerage under each other. And it's going to be somewhat based on when you got started, some based on activity. Okay. I'm going to tell y'all something from now. Just because you guys are on this call and no one has been placed yet, everybody who I have as a solar ambassador, and y'all can say I have a few, all these are my personal enrollments, right? Everyone who's a solar ambassador is going to go under an apprentice. So I'm going to place all my apprentices in a line straight, right? One under the other. And then after that last apprentice, so right now, the newest guy I just enrolled was Jackie Corbin, okay? After Jackie Corbin, based on when my placement cutoff is, I'm going to start placing all the ambassadors under each other. Now, why am I going to do that? It's because not only is everyone in the brokerage going to benefit, but if some of those ambassadors decide to become apprentices, everyone who made the commitment to be an apprentice first will benefit when they start going to work. Does that make sense? So I'm not going to place like a person under Pam, 2 people under Pam. I'm not. Why? Because I'm going to place someone under Pam and that whole leg will go under one side of Pam's brokerage. But guess what? Pam got to do the work to do the other side. I'm going to help her with a power leg, but she got to build the others. Because at the beginning, in order for you to hit level 1 anyway, you got to have 3 personal customers. So if I place a leg of business under Pam and she has no customers, it's useless to her. But what that can do is inspire her to want to go get some consultants because she's like, man, I got 12 people on my left side. I just need 2 people on my right and 1 more over there to make me to actually. Oh, does that make sense? Like, the reason you want to place in a straight line, guys, is because you want to be able to help everyone in your brokerage. Okay? And the reason that I can't place on both sides anyway is because that would be defeating the purpose. Right? That would be defeating the purpose. So let's just say, for instance, let me show you all this. So this is how you place. But now I'm still waiting on the functionality because look here in the binary tree graphic, it's a left side and a right side. We have no way at this point right now. Where did it go? to place, like if I wanted to put Pam on my left side, there's no functionality to put her on the left now. So they're adding that. So I told Justin that yesterday and he was like, they're still working on it. So if they don't fix that by the time the 15 comes when we're supposed to place everyone, they're gonna have to extend it because we can't do anything, okay? We don't have the functionality. So basically what is probably gonna happen is because I'm a direct sponsor to Justin, he's probably gonna place a couple people in my group. So whatever side he places those people on, I'm placing my brokerage on the other side. Does that make sense? And because remember, I can get help from my sponsor, but I still got to go build the other side. So if Justin was to put 50 people in my brokerage, it doesn't matter if I don't build my other side. You got to do the work still. Does that make sense? So you can get help, but you can't get help all the way, right? You still got to do your part. But the good thing about it is when you put the work in, you know, because you're here early, you're going to be able to reap the benefits. Okay. Now, let me just show you all this last thing and then we're done. I say last thing 5 times, but I keep thinking of new things that's valuable. So here's the whiteboard again. So let's just say, okay, let's just say this is you and this is your left side and this is your right side. So I'm just going to use 2 of y'all on here. I'm going to put Pam and let me just say I put someone who, let's just say I put Amari. Okay. Okay. Now, to be honest with you guys, because we're at the very beginning, Mr. Owens or my sponsor might actually place a leg over here. So let's say Amari was someone Justin sponsored, he placed Amari there. And let's say Amari had like 2 or 3 people under him. Okay. So now I got a leg with 4 people on my right. Well, I'm going to place my people on the left. So I'm going to place Pam, James, Rome, Jackie, who else I got? Chris, the other Jackie. I'm going to place them right under each other. So guess what? Pam is going to get the volume for all these people. James is going to get the volume for all these people. Jackie's going to get the volume from the other Jackie, right? James is going to get this. Rome is going to get this. Do you see how that helps? See, because if I was to put James here, then put Rome here, now this volume that Pam has to build on her own anyway could have been helping James instead of it only helping Pam. So let's just say this new Jackie, let's say I was to put this Jackie over here. Let's X this up. Let's say I put the new Jackie under Pam. So I put James under Pam and I put the Jackie under Pam. Well, now I'm only helping Pam. But if I put Jackie under James, now I'm helping Pam and James. Now, if I put Rome under Jackie, now I'm helping Jackie, James, and Rome. Do you see how that helps? It rolls up. By placing in a straight line, what you're doing is you're allowing people, you're allowing yourself to help more people than just one. So a lot of times what we do is we say, okay, I'm going to help this person. But then I'm going to tell y'all something from experience. And some of y'all will know this. The people you help the most, they do the least. So if you were to give someone 3 people, guys, they probably ain't gonna do nothing after those 3 people. Because now you're like, okay, I put the 3 people there. You just need 1 more for yourself. And they're gonna take them 2 years to get that 1 person. It's like when I could have just helped everyone in the group so everyone has a fair playing ground. Does that make sense? And this stuff will start to make more sense once we actually put it into action. It's hard in theory to understand, but I just wanted us to have a basic concept. So when you actually go in your back office, you have an idea of what you're supposed to be doing, but just hit me up or drop in the group what it is you need to do at that moment. We're still going to be there to give you what you need. Does this make sense? Was this useful, y'all? Was this useful? Awesome. I see some shaking their hand. Perfect. 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 Awesome. So remember, we have a couple days. So I would not place anyone, y'all, until we have the functionality. I already placed 2 or 3 people. And I stopped because I was like, I want to make sure I'm placing them where I want to place them. And then once the functionality is there, if you do have consultants, get with me before you place so we can structure it together to make sure you're placing correct. Because once you place, you can't undo. So we want to make sure we do it right the first time. Me personally, this is my 3rd or 4th direct sales business. And before I place, I'm getting on a Zoom with Justin just to make sure. and I've already done some money in this industry and I'm still checking. So for you all who are new, tap in. That's what we're here for, to make sure that we structure this foundation right so that we can really run this brokerage up, because you got 2 legs to build, y'all. Level 7, we're going to have 10 level 7s and above by December 31st, 2025. And it starts with us right here on this call. Get excited, because look at this. Look how many people on this call. Look at the size of our brokerage right now. It's nothing, but I'm telling you, level 7 means that you got at least 750 people in the brokerage, and we here with 5 people on the call. Get excited, because it's getting done. And that means that out of that 750 people, some of them going to be in your brokerage, because I only got to build it in 2 legs. So be excited for your positioning, the fact that you have vision to get started. Now, all you got to do is do your part so that that other leg can match up. That's it. All right. So I appreciate y'all hopping on, man. I know we went the whole hour. I was trying to keep it to 30 minutes, but y'all know I get excited. And then it's just valuable information that I think a lot of people aren't getting in the larger brokerage. So I want us to have the edge. I want us to do everything better. I want us to do everything greater. So when the results start coming out of this brokerage, they could be like, what is it? What they got? And y'all, we got the sauce, because we tap in and we stay close to the fire. Okay. So y'all have a good night. God bless. Let's go out here and get some bills submitted. I'm working on some stuff, y'all. As soon as I launch this and do some testing, I will be duplicating it and giving it to you guys for 100% free. And that's what's going to make us just skyrocket. So y'all just stay tuned. I'm working. I'm in the lab, y'all. I'm working. All right. So y'all have a good one. Take care. All right.